Hello everybody, Ray Garner with Garner's Games, here to do my weekly comic review. And this one time, it's time to go Speed Racer. This is issue number 1 by Mad Cave Comics. What I'm kind of looking forward to is written by, I hope I get the names right here, I think I can get them right. Davide Pepose and Davide Tinto. I think that's how it's pronounced. The first one was David with P-E-P-O-S-E, and the second one was David with an E and T-I-N-T-O. That's our artist. Long time Speed Racer fan. I wouldn't say it was what got me into anime to start with, but it was one of the earliest animes that I enjoyed. So this comic starts off on page 1, 10 years ago, when Speed is a young boy watching his older brother Rex racing in the, what would we call this? This was the Formula X. And then we fast forward to now, and he is basically street racing in the Mach 5. So a little Fast and the Furious action here. But of course, we have all the tropes. We do flashbacks as we're going along, but we have a person with basically a strapped-on machine gun, a rocket launcher, a ball and chain mass. But of course, the Mach 5 has belt tires so it can drive on the side of a building. It's got the defensive shield. It's got the cutter blades. It's got the auto jacks. And of course, Speed wins the race. And we also have Spritle and Chim Chim. Spritle's a little bit older, and Chim Chim's just his mascot. But they're broadcasting Speed's racing and handling the betting pool on Speed. Which, of course, when Pops finds out, since he's not supposed to be driving the Mach 5, he's upset and points out that maybe broadcasting it on the equivalent of YouTube, which is VisionTube, not the brightest idea. Anyway, fight ensues over the fact that, Pop doesn't want Speed racing because Racer X was killed in a car wreck. Or not Racer X, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. Rex was killed in a car wreck. But he storms out mad and goes to the local, I don't know, diner? I don't think those actually exist nowadays, but he meets Trixie, who is rather impressed with his choice of ice cream treats. And they talk, and Pops is trying to get a hold of Mom to have her talk to Speed, try to convince him that racing's bad because, he doesn't want to watch another one of his sons get killed. And Trixie and Speed have hit off pretty well, and they're off at, might as well just call it Inspiration Point, because that's basically what it is. Looking over the city in a 68 GT. While that's going on, the Tiger Syndicate sends some people to talk to Pops about building his engine for them. Of course, he says no. They decide to persuade him by beating him up. And Pop starts having a heart attack by the time Speed gets there. Of course, Speed's like, we don't have time for an ambulance to get here. We've got to get him to the hospital. So he puts Pops in the Mach 5. Drives there, doing everything he can to get around the cops. To get Pops to St. Peter's Hospital in time. And he succeeds. Of course, he's then arrested by the cops, who said they've been after him for a long time now. Then we go to a little bit of a cutaway scene elsewhere. A guy getting beat up And he's like, what does it do? Don't pass out yet, creep. I want you to deliver a message to the Tigers anymore. Tell them Racer X is coming for them. This is literally a fast-paced comic. Very much in a more modern era perspective, I guess is the right word I'm looking for Speed Racer. And we're really focusing in on the racing part and Tiger Syndicate being an evil organization that needs to be taken down. Of course, if you're familiar, you know that Rex is Racer X, who faked his death to be able to go underground to go after the Tiger Syndicate. So, very cool. It has a lot of the same feels, but it's a much more updated, a little darker. Of course, not surprising than a 1960s anime would be. If you're a Speed Racer fan, though, I think you're going to love this comic. I think it's really good. It's very well done. The art is of anime style, but a very Americanized anime. So we don't have we have the crazy car stuff, but we don't have people jumping up on a fence and walking down a chain link fence. That kind of things that you normally see in an anime. You're not seeing that in this comic. So we're not going full-blown manga. It's an Americanized version. But, very fast-paced story, very quickly told, very true to the source material. So I'm very happy with it. Like I said, if you like Speed Racers or if you like racing comics, I think you'll really like it. You like the little action comics, not relying on a whole lot of realism like cars, driving on the side of buildings and stuff, not being an issue for you. I think you'll really enjoy this book. Check it out. I think these books are going to go fast, and I mean that as a pun and literally. And I'll see you next week. Go Speed Racer.